action. Hello YouTubers, this is Jacques from The Moving Icon, and I am back from Punta Cana, and it is not an illusion, I am just darker. I tan, I'm a bit brown already, so when I do go down south, I tan quite a bit. But I'm here to talk to you about some vlogging I did, and what equipment I used while I vlogged. I am new to vlogging, so I use two cameras. I use the Canon EOS 80D and the Panasonic FZ2500, or the 2500 like you Americans like to call it, and that's what I want to talk about today. First of all, before I start my video off, guys, I just want to tell you, stay tuned because I have cinemagraphs with Cynthia. I also have a photo shoot I did with Raphael down by the St. Lawrence River. It was a wintry day, very, very white outside. So I got some really cool shots with her. That's coming up soon. And also, do not forget that I do have an in-depth review of the Panasonic FZ2500 or 2500, guys, coming up very soon. This camera right here it is, guys. You know, it does a lot more than I thought, so I can't just do a small video. I got to talk about all the aspects of it, so it's taking a bit longer. I just want to apologize for that. It will come and it will be cool. So I went down to Punta Cana and I decided to start vlogging with two cameras, the Canon EOS 80D paired with this lens right here, which is the Canon EFS 1018 f4.5 to 5.6 STM lens. They ended up being fantastic and really great. So I used both. Both cameras did a great job. What I did find out though is that when you are working with the Canon EOS 80D paired with this lens, you are working with a camera that's relatively light because this lens is very light. You're also working with a fantastic focal length. Where the Canon EOS 80D does benefit, I think, is from a fantastic large APS-C sensor and fantastic dual pixel focusing. It does a great job at focusing on you and what you're doing, and you can do a couple of settings in there to make sure that it focuses right on you exactly. So it is a fantastic camera for that. Now, paired with the 1018, it's great. Now, the only problem with that is that because the Canon EOS 80D is a camera that has interchangeable lenses, you have to bring a couple of lenses with you, which increases your load. So you can't just carry the 1018 if you want to go for close-up shots. You have to carry maybe another zoom that starts at maybe 50. You might think of the Sigma 50 to 100, but that is also a heavy lens. But you do need those close-up shots when you are doing blogging and vlogging. When you're filming yourself, you need the wide angle. That's all you need. But when you go out and you want to get those establishing B-roll shots, it's always nice to have a lens that can zoom in closer. Now, that is probably one of the big downsides to bringing a Canon EOS 80D with you. That's where the Panasonic FZ2500 might come into play and might be an option you're thinking of using. Now, the Panasonic FZ2500, the 2500, is really good for the fact that you have everything in this. It is a, I hope I have a battery in there. It's a super zoom. It's a super zoom lens, so you have a 24 to 480 focal range. So you got the wide end and you also got the zoom when you want to do B-roll. So a lot of people will say, well, Jacques, isn't that the answer to your question? You're working with a camera right here that gives you the whole focal length so you can work within those focal lengths. So that's kind of cool. Very true. Unfortunately, with the FZ2000, the focal length at the wide end is just a bit not wide enough. You can use it on a selfie stick, but your selfie stick has to be a bit longer and you will not necessarily get any sort of scenery in the background at 24 millimeter. What's nice about the Canon EOS 80D with the 1018 is that At the 10mm focal length, you can get the background, you can see whatever you're doing. In my case, in Punta Cana, I wanted to get some palm trees while I was blogging and talking, so it was kind of cool. I could bring it back wide to 10mm and get the background, so that was kind of cool. The other problem with the FZ2500 is the fact that it is heavy. It's a monstrous thing. It's big. I would even say that any petite girl who actually wants to do blogging and vlogging and selfie style stuff, it's not the camera for you. It won't work. And probably not even the EOS 80D. You might think of getting one of those small point and shoots in the RX100 range and those small cameras that Panasonic and Sony offer. But what I like, and believe it or not, and what I realized on this trip, I brought both to see how both would react. And I think both are a fantastic option if you have a carrying bag where you can carry a lot of stuff. Blogging and vlogging with both is great. You can use the 80D for wide shot B-roll and for your selfie shots. And then after that, you can go and use the FZ2500 for a whole panoply of stuff. You can get your very close-up, zoomed-in establishing shots in your B-roll for whatever you're doing. You can also use the FZ2500 for its various other functions. It has onboard time-lapse with in-camera processing to make your movies. The 80D has it, but it doesn't have in-camera processing to do your movies. It has post-focus. It has focus stacking. It has 4K photo on it. All these things I will be talking about in my review of the 2500, but I just wanted to tell you guys, both cameras are fantastic. In an ideal situation, if you can carry on a big pack sack with you, go for it and get both cameras and take them with you. If you have the choice of taking one, well, it all depends. If you want to get scenery in the background, you're best with the 80D with the 1018 and a couple of other lenses, or you can also go for the FZ2500 alone if you don't care too much about the scenery in the background and you don't mind getting a tighter shot on your selfie. That's all I wanted to state right now. Again, guys, stay tuned. I'm coming up with an in-depth review of the Panasonic FZ2500. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for my high-quality stuff. Check out Behance. If you like this video, click the thumbs up at the bottom. If you want to keep in cahoots with what I do, subscribe. And don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.